Brought to you by...
Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of False Positive Presents What's My Line? Brought to you by Karen Penn's Towel Charms. No, I kid. Anyway, tonight, great panel. We have replaced Blair again.
Hi, Blair.
She's probably firing people for IBM or something down in Texas. But we've replaced her with a wonderful friend who was on last week, whose episode went missing because somebody who will remain nameless, Dan, producer of What's My Line, forgot to hit the record button on the one, the only Helen is here to join us on the panel. Hi, Helen.
Yay, Helen.
Helen. Helen, now you're hunkered down in the great state of Maryland.
In Maryland.
Love it. Are you by the seashore eating crab?
I'm by the bay.
By the bay.
By the bay.
And that's the plentiful, that has the crabs in it, right?
Are you eating crabs?
The blue crabs.
Yeah.
Blue crabs.
I had a crab.
Dan is also from Maryland. Are you by the bay as well, Dan?
No, I'm by DC.
Okay.
So no.
Have you eaten crabs since you've been down there, Helen?
Yeah. Crab cake.
I love a crab cake.
Crab cake. No
I also make a really good crab cake.
Do you know how to make remoulade?
I know how to make it all, GL. And that leads me to introduce you to our co-host on False Positives podcast, Gay LaRoe. Hi, Gay.
Woo! Hello, Dana Discordia.
Coming to you hunkered down from the East Village.
East Village, a group home.
The lower East Village. You can barely see him. He looks like a little pillow. He looks like a Puerto Rican pillow.
He's my pillow. He's my little blow-up doll.
Blow-up doll. Anyway, I would like to introduce you to our next panelist. Her name's Liz Jackson, and she was on the podcast last week.
Lizzie.
And I'm here with Toyota today. So since Sam is not here, Toyota's going to help me.
Let's just say that Sam got Sam and Liz, technically.
She got one, and I got the other. And the thing is that the other one, the one that we got, we were close. Because she said makeup artist, I said hairstylist.
Yeah.
And we found out that she does hair too. So I wasn't wrong.
Whoa. You did good. You did good. So I hope that you have another streak like you did.
I hope I'm lucky again.
Now that your sister isn't there, you're not going to get as many.
I'm not.
What have you done for us lately, Liz?
Toyota will bring you through.
I bring this to our fourth panelist tonight. He needs no introduction. He's a friend of Brett Kavanaugh's. He's Squee, coming to you from Queens.
Squee.
Squee.
It's your boy.
It's your boy Squee.
Yes. Hey, everybody.
Adam, have you been busy?
I'm sorry, have I what?
Have you been busy?
I have. I've been busy. Yeah. Casting pod, Dana.
Love that. Yes. And we will be with Adam on Monday on our podcast on False Positive, which you can find anywhere, wherever you download your podcasts. So
wherever fine podcasts are found.
You can also look us up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're all over it. We're all over social media. I was ablaze today on Twitter, so I suggest you check that out because my particular bullseye on Twitter happens to be Melania Trump. I cannot stand that woman. I think she's a fake and a phony and a whore.
Dana, I feel like you could have stopped it. I was ablaze today.
I was ablaze today.
You didn't even have to add the Twitter.
I know, I really didn't. Any day on Twitter, I am ablaze.
I thought you got kicked off Twitter.
I did temporarily.
You've been kicked off several times, and
my original account has been completely suspended. I'm not allowed back on as Dan.
So you're going through Dan's account now.
He's working on the False Positive.
No, I'm on the False Positive board of directors on Twitter.
He's working on getting that account.
I was going to say countdown for that done.
Now that the new executive order is out, we may not have Twitter.
Yeah.
Thanks to Twitter.
If I was Jack Dorsey, I would close Twitter up. I would be like, "Fuck you, Trump. You got enough money. I'm going to go to an island and just close up Twitter."
Yeah, we don't need him on there. He's got 80 million followers. Who needs it?
I mean, is it really 80 million?
We need to get right into our first contestant.
Yes.
She's been waiting for a little while, so I want to
Let's
get
go. Yeah.
right away.
go.
Let's get her going. Will the first contestant enter and sign in, please? June.
Havoc.
No. June Hong.
June Hong.
So hello, contestant number 1, June Hong is in the studio. Before we get going, a round of
You're
questioning.
breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me, June?
I could hear you now.
Sorry. It's that Zoom stuff,
Yeah.
It is.
So we're going to go through a series of questions, yes and no questions only. 10 no's, and the panel has lost the game, and June will be the winner. Now, June, you are in Pennsylvania, correct? June also deals in services that results in a product.
Ooh.
That is what I will tell you up front to help you out. Let's start the questioning with Adam Hineker.
Okay, Ms. Hong. Your profession, do you get paid hourly?
Yes and no.
Qualified, yes, Adam. In other
Qualified,
words,
yes.
what June's saying is she could either way, right? You could get one lump sum or get paid by an hour, right? Depending.
Got you. In your profession, have you ever worked with Dana?
No.
No. Nope, 1 down and 9 to go. Kate Moreau.
June, I love your Union Jack. Do you wear a uniform when you perform this service?
No.
Nope. 2 down and 8 to go. Helen from Maryland.
Do you need a college degree to perform this service?
No.
Nope. Not a college degree. 3 down, 7 to go. Liz Jackson.
Okay, so this service that you provide that could be hourly or not, are you able to work from home during this crisis?
No.
Okay.
Nope. She has to go somewhere. 4 down and 6 to go. Adam Hineker.
Yeah, this is going fast.
The place that you have to go, is it an office?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's an office there. It's not exclusively an office, correct?
Right. Correct.
It's
Yeah.
not exclusively an office, Adam. So I don't want to mislead you. That's why I wanted her to clarify. So
Okay.
Keep going.
I cornered the market on getting a qualified yes.
Qualified yes.
That's kind
Listen,
of my specialty.
you're
You know?
teetering. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good for everybody. Yeah.
I teeter. Are you part of a team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wasn't planning on getting 2 in a row.
It always comes as a surprise to Adam that he's good at this. Like it's like, oh, I can do this.
You're right. Your profession, would it be considered part of the arts?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Service that
Keep going,
results
Adam.
in a product. This product that the service results in sometimes is the product found in a household.
Yes.
Typically.
Oh, sorry, June. I'm supposed to let you answer. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What? It can be found in the home after she's
Yeah.
done. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to jump on you there.
You're good, Dana.
Thank you.
Would you say that does this product have a practical application?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Yep.
And would it be considered a tool?
No.
No, I don't think you could say it's a tool. 5 down, 5 to go. Gail Rowe.
Good job, though. Good job. Well
yeah,
done.
Adam.
Thank you.
Question,
Adam.
Adam, that was
Yeah.
good.
I feel like you're patronizing.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, not at all.
No.
No,
Somebody
you
would,
were
like,
awesome.
You would tussle my hair if I were there. Maybe give me a nuggie.
No, if I called you Slugger, then like
Slugger.
good job.
Good job.
Slugger. Yeah.
Good job, sport. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy you ice cream and a batting helmet.
Yeah. All right.
Do you work in the culinary field?
Yes.
Ooh.
Are you a chef?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Nice.
Spoon Hong, I've never
Yay.
ever gotten one.
Nice job.
I'm
GL.
so
It was the
That's-
way you it was the way you sipped your drink. I
Ah.
Can I? I'm
Jude,
allowed.
tell
I'm a
us what
corporate
you-
chef. I'm a corporate chef
Mm.
for a tech firm down in Wall Street,
ooh.
Okay.
and I'm
That's
also
great.
I'm also a private chef, and now I'm in rural Pennsylvania during the pandemic. And what I'm doing right now is feeding people. I created a charity, and I am feeding people who are food insecure here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, awesome.
Good
Yeah.
for you, June Hong.
Let me just say something about
What is your
you.
specialty? What's your specialty as far as the cuisine that you
Cuisine.
So the tech firm where I work, we feed about 150 employees every day. So I think my specialty is Korean or French. I know it's an extreme, but I could pretty much cook everything because every day we cook something different, everything from scratch. So yeah.
I've eaten the food, and it is extremely good. But I wanted to tell you that, June, you had a career in finance for
Yes, I
as
do.
long as I knew you.
Wow.
20
long-
plus years.
Right. And then not too long ago, you were like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, I started my career in investment banking and then finished out my career in private equity, and it just wasn't fulfilling enough.
Right.
So I gave it up, all of it, and took a year off, decided to do something I love. And I just love nurturing, cooking for people, regardless. I mean, right now I'm like I started a GoFundMe, and all my rich friends in New York are giving me money. People have food insecurities everywhere. So if I was in New York, I still have my apartment there.
Yeah.
I would be doing it there, but I'm here right now with my boyfriend, and we we actually create beautiful, healthy meals every week from scratch. So nothing's out of a can, all the sauces, everything. And, these people are so grateful, and it just humbles me. 84-year-old woman, and it's her only time to speak to someone. And
Right.
I hope to be best friends with her.
I love it.
Aw.
Can they follow you? Like, where do we find you on social media? Can you give us?
I'm on Facebook.
Yep.
I'm a horrible Instagrammer. I just,
That's okay.
Yeah.
Some of us are, aren't we?
yeah, I'm on Facebook. Dana, we're friends on Facebook. So
yeah.
Listen, take care of you. Don't donate. If you want to share it, that would be even more important. But you'll
Absolutely.
see, if you see my GoFundMe, I'm on week 6 now, and it'll show every meal I've been making. And it's truly been
Doing
one
a
of the
great
best.
job. You
It's
really
one
are.
of the best things I've done in
Yeah.
my whole life,
Everybody's
because
so happy for you.
these
Truth be
people
told,
are
I've known June for a while.
a long
She's
time.
actually friends with contestant Anthony Collins, who the photographer was, and she's very good friends with Mary Beth, the handbag designer
His
designer
wife.
from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So they were also on. June,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time
you.
to
Yes,
come on the show.
So fun.
Sorry
Great
you only
job.
got 5 points, but you still
Well-
did a lot better than a lot of other people.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, find me on Facebook and, you
good
know,
for
just
you,
see what
Dad.
I'm doing and
Yeah.
take care. Everyone stay healthy. And,
Thank you.
you know, are you guys all New Yorkers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every one of us. Yep.
It's my home. So, you know,
Thank you for doing what you're doing. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it. Good work.
Bye, June. Thank
you guys. This was so much fun. Thank you so
Right.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, June.
So that was fun, right? Gayla Rowe.
Yay,
My
that
God,
one.
The lipstick.
This is so stressful.
I guess it is a stressful game. You guys are getting better and better.
We're getting better.
question
But it was
Yeah.
Good.
it was Adam. Adam kind of like bump set Spike.
I
He
sort
teed
of
it up.
alley-ooped it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
man.
are on the, you guys are on
Adam
the
with the
same
assist, y'all.
Yeah,
Adam with
you're on
the
the same
assist.
team. Work together, not work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that being said, refresh your drinks, all that good stuff. We have contestant number 2 in the waiting room. We're going to ask him to enter and sign in.
Dan, well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Reset it to 0.
Record.
Paul.
Oh.
Oops.
You gotta resign.
Paul Ard. My pen stopped working. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, no, it didn't. Yeah, it stopped working.
You got
Paul
it set to
Ard,
a different
ARD.
tool.
Hey, everybody. So contestant number 2 has signed in, Paul Ard. I apologize. The pen didn't work on the ARD. It just gave you a
Nothing ever works on the ARD.
it never does. So it's Paul ARD, Paul Ard.
Yes,
Truth
that's
be
it.
told, I know
Nothing,
Paul.
not short for anything. That's it. Yes.
Let's give the audience a second to find out what Paul's line is. Okay, so now that everybody knows what it is, I will tell you that Paul lives in New York City and he deals in services. And we're going to start the questioning with Helen in
Oh my,
Maryland.
so stressful. Okay, I'm gonna steal one, a good one from Liz.
Okay, steal them.
Can you perform these services at home while we are on our lockdown?
No.
No. 1 down, 9 to go. Dan, hi. You're on, Dan. Hi.
Producing here.
You're not producing.
He is.
1 down, 9 to go. Liz Jackson.
Hi, Paul.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. Okay, so the service that you provide, do you provide this service in a group setting?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. This group setting that you're a part of that you can't do from home, do you have to wear a uniform at all?
No.
Or
Oh, sorry.
No.
Or-
1 question. 2
well,
down.
I mean, it's a part of the same question, and it might be
I'll hear you out, but okay.
okay. Well, we're gonna say, do you or anyone on your team that you work with have to wear a uniform?
So that's not a yes or no question.
Oh, it's not?
We're asking him to say one or the other. So I'm going to go with your first one. 2 down, 8 to go. Adam Hineker. He does not wear a uniform at work.
Okay. Dana, I feel like you need a
Did you see-
gavel.
Did you see me like I laid that shit?
No.
I feel like you need a
down.
Fucking Maryland
I'm a
milieu.
I think
I'm a little
Maryland.
scared. I'm a
I
little
think
scared.
that it was one.
I'm afraid I'm going to
question.
answer wrong.
I feel like it was one question. It could have been one question. It's like, do you or anyone on your team? Because let's just say he's like a police captain. A police captain does not have to wear a uniform, but the people on his team do, and if he's
Okay.
working in a service, I think it was
I
one
like
question.
it.
I will
I
tell
like it.
you.
I
in
like
Listen, the lawyer agrees with me.
I will
The
tell
lawyer
you.
agrees with me.
In the immortal words of Judge Judy, if you want me to think about your feelings, go on Dr. Phil.
All I'm saying is the lawyer agrees
2
with me.
down.
Ellen
8 to
agrees.
go. I will. I am the host, and I
It's
can.
important to be accurate.
All right, Adam Iniker.
Fine.
Okay, in this with this service that you provide to a group, sometimes is there therapeutic value in the service?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I have. It's a stretch. No.
No.
Okay.
Too much of a
I
stretch.
know you're like, no.
I mean, anything like, I make chocolate, and you could be like, well, it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
This one
I
seems
don't
like a
make
pretty
chocolate. So
He's
yeah.
not making
Okay.
chocolate. He is not a
Right.
chocolate.
He's not a chocolate counselor.
He is
Not.
Not the lint man.
Ooh.
not the chocolate link man. Gay Luro, 3 down, 7 to go. Gay.
Paul Ard,
Yes.
do you carry a briefcase to the office where you work with this team?
I do not. No.
You're a backpack guy?
Wait,
4
he never
down,
said
5,
he was in
4 down,
office.
6 to go.
Yeah.
I.
What?
When he goes to work, he does not. When he goes to work, he does not carry a briefcase. He might, but he doesn't need to, and he would look a little weird doing it.
Right.
Helen is up. 4 down, 6 to go. Helen.
Okay. So wherever you do work, I have a better question.
Okay.
Do you provide your services at an office or a different? Oh, I can't ask you in order. Do you provide your services at one location?
I can clear this up.
Well, I could answer a couple of ways. So
Yeah.
go ahead, clear it up.
I'm gonna
clear it up.
Maybe I can ask a better question.
No. I'm going to clear it up for you. He can provide his service. What exactly was your question? I'm sorry, Helen. Go.
I
ask
said,
it again.
do you provide your service at one location?
Okay, so yes, but not one specific location. In other words, he can only does it in one place, but it does not necessarily mean he does it in the same place every day.
Yes, that's good. Yeah.
Right? If you were a cop, you may be at the bridge one day and at the courthouse.
So I gotta
using
know.
my analogy, I
Yeah.
see.
So it's a
Okay.
no.
Okay.
So 5 down, 5 to go.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry, 5 down, 5 to go, Liz Jackson.
So I see you using my analogy after
Yes,
brought
I
the
did.
gavel
See,
down.
yeah,
So I
exactly.
threw it
Right.
right back in your face.
I see that. So
Gosh.
because of that, I don't think that you're a police officer or anything like that, because then that would be too obvious.
And he doesn't make chocolate.
And he doesn't wear a
It's a
uniform.
safe guess.
Right. No,
It's a safe guess,
like
yeah.
a police captain, I don't think it has anything to
Right.
do with law enforcement, because
You're
Dana
correct.
wouldn't have used mine.
You have a question, May
So
dear?
yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Your service, can it be provided to both men and women? Can it?
Yes.
Okay. Can your service also be provided to children?
Yes.
Okay. Does the service that you perform in different locations, but is still done in one location, could one of those locations be a school? Could it?
Yes.
Okay. Could one of those locations be a yard?
I know it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does this job require you to travel?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to clarify. Travel in the sense of like, he could go from here to New Jersey, you would consider that travel. You don't necessarily mean he has to go to London because you consider
Right. I meant like kind of like
Yeah,
like
he travels, yes.
like locally kind of traveling.
Yep. Keep going.
Okay. I didn't expect to get this far. Okay. Does this service have anything to do with, do you have to exert any kind of physicality at all? Like it's not just like sitting down somewhere all day, you're like moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
say moves. Like, I think you're asking, is he setting it? Like, in other words, is he
Right. He's not like
Right.
in
No,
marketing
he
where he's like
moves.
sitting
In
at
his
a
job,
desk.
there is movement per se.
I move.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And it's not in an
In
office.
Chicago. No.
Right.
No.
It's not in
Is
an
he a
office.
Jersey boy?
Damn. Oh.
Would I benefit from this service that you provide? Perhaps.
Sure.
Oh.
No. Oh, God. Oh, I don't.
Liz Jackson would not benefit from what you do. No. I know. 6 down and 4 to go.
Oh, I don't know what you do. So okay, then never mind. All right. So no, I guess not. Sorry.
I know her, and I'm telling you,
Okay.
what you do does not benefit her.
Then
You don't know me that well, Paul.
I defer. I clearly.
You don't know me.
Clearly.
Right? You don't know me, son. You don't know what I do.
I thought I knew it.
That is
but now you
correct.
ruined it for me. Go.
Adam, you're up.
Okay. Your occupation, would you be considered in the private sector as opposed to public sector?
I don't know how to answer that. No. I mean,
just meaning, I can clarify.
Yeah,
just meaning, like, do you work for the government?
He's in the
public
private sector. Private
Dan,
sector.
you think he's in the private sector?
Private sector, as opposed to public.
as opposed to working in the government, absolutely.
He's private
Yeah.
sector employee.
Private sector. Okay.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Apology accepted.
Dana.
Dan's the new host of What's My Line?
Producer, host.
Well, that was a hard yes.
Hard. I thought I knew it. Now I.
All right, keep going.
Okay. Now this service, and I apologize, I don't think we've covered this yet, but is it something that you charge for hourly?
Good question.
No.
No.
Not hourly.
It's not technically not hourly. No.
Is that right, clarifier? I mean,
Yeah. We're good.
yes,
We're
that's
good.
correct.
Paul, get him.
That was a question.
Clearly,
for
I don't
Paul.
even know. I don't even know what I do, obviously.
Right,
So
get
you
him,
know,
Paul.
no, I'm making it up as I go along.
All right,
No, I do not.
Kayla Rowe.
Is this something this is a service you provide? Do you charge it per session?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you bring a table with you when you perform this service?
No.
Okay.
He does not bring a table. Helen, you said you thought you had it.
Oh
It
my
got
God,
dark.
I totally thought I had it nailed.
It got dark in Maryland.
Liz
Yeah,
asked
Mhm.
dark.
how would she benefit from the service? Now it's really hard. So you said you can't do your work from home.
Correct.
But are you, this is going to be a no.
You got her beating herself up, Double D.
I know this is bad. Did somebody ask, do you consider the work that you do to be artistic?
Yes.
Right. Can I ask if he just does something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you an interior designer?
No.
No. 9 down, 1 to go. Liz.
Oh, sorry guys.
Liz.
That's fine.
Good guess.
All right, let's
Yeah,
see. Let's
very
see.
good.
Okay, so just a quick recap. Let's see. You do work with a team. You can't do your job from home. It's not in an office. It does require some kind of movement because you're not sitting at a desk all day. You charge per session. So when I think of session, I'm thinking something with like sports or physical training, like a trainer or something. Does your job require your team to be at a gym?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't require it. No, that's 10 down. No more to go.
Oh.
You guys didn't get this one. Paul, please reveal to the panelists what your line is.
I am a stand-in on film and TV.
Oh, Paul!
Ah,
And And I'm impressed that a lot of people don't even know what that is. They're like, what does that mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I know what that
you know
is.
that. Of course you know it. Of course you
We're
know
all
it.
in the
But
biz.
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
thrown
So
off
that's-
by the child thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I have stood in for children before. I stood in for, and when when Liz asked if she could benefit, I was like, sure, I'll stand in for you. Done it before, do it again.
Liz
But
is an
that's
art
clearly
director.
not what you meant.
Right, and I knew that she was an
Right.
art director, so I said no.
Right. Well,
I mean, he
Gotcha.
could say, you want to put a head wrap on?
I've done
I
Okay,
would
then.
like you to
Done
do-
it.
I would like you
it.
to.
Been there, done it. Got the T-shirt. Yeah,
Oh.
Wrapped
exactly.
it.
What was your last job? Like, who did you stand in for? Like Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
clearly haven't seen my body, so no. I've actually, until I wasn't working anymore a few months ago, I'm standing in for Paul Giamatti on Billions right now.
Nice.
Oh, really? Oh, I love
And
that
I-
show.
You seem
And
so
I
much
stood in-
taller on Zoom.
Yeah.
I am taller on Zoom, so yeah.
Yeah, I see
I stood
more
in-
as a Bobby Axelrod type.
Yeah.
I'm not tall enough, but thank you
Okay.
for that. You know.
All right, well.
And I stood in for Lonnie Roach on Law and Order for 2 seasons, and I stood in on
Oh.
Boardwalk Empire for 3. So I've been very lucky that I've
Oh.
kind of gotten to go
Yeah.
and stay places.
You're in with a
A
good
lot of people can't
crowd.
see.
Linus
Yeah.
Roach
Yeah.
is delicious. He is
He is the nicest man I've ever met in my life.
I like
Ever.
him a lot.
That's awesome. Like, I like when I hear that people are nice, because you know
Yeah.
how they say don't meet people
Yeah.
that you like because,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
they'll turn
true.
out to be an
You know who
asshole,
could
and then
never
you're like,
meet? And I'll
you-
out her right now because she was such a fucking bitch. Was
Uh-oh.
Anne Harmon. Fuck her. She was awful.
I heard that.
Even Jason
heard
Sehorn
that.
divorced her.
Disgusting.
Wait, they divorced? What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Fuck yeah,
It's-
Paul.
it's-
You spend too much time on set. Come on.
Well, I also don't care about her, so
Right.
there's that.
Oh.
Yes.
What do you
I've heard that
mean?
about
What do you
her,
mean?
I've heard stories about her, so
She's a
yeah.
bitch.
I don't
Oh,
know her.
Paul's
I've never
got-
met her. I don't know her. I don't know her at all.
Oh, were you ever on The Apprentice? Were you ever on set with Donald? What's his name? Did you say Dirt?
Oh, no, I was not. No.
All right.
No. I would turn that down. I would turn that down.
Mm.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Paulie,
really
we
would.
love
I-
you.
Helen, you
You
need
have a principle.
Helen, you need
I
I'm
know.
poor, but I have scruples. So yeah, exactly.
Helen's going
Yes.
inside or we're losing her.
Yeah. No,
Love
she's
it.
going inside because.
Oh, Helen, it's a dark road for Helen, Paul.
disappeared. Should we keep Paul for show number 3? I don't know.
Yeah.
Paul,
Oh.
full disclosure,
Always.
I also know Paul. He is a
Okay.
friend of mine. And Paul happens to be friends with contestant number 1, June Hong, who he
Oh,
knows very
hey.
well. They're very good friends.
Oh, June?
June was on right before you.
You guys are on the same episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to follow that?
You had to
Really?
follow that. Yes.
Look at the ire you created. Look at
I know.
Have you ever had to stand in for food?
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
it.
Also-
I've been waterboarded. Does that count?
I mean, hey, you
I'm
can
just
drink water.
saying.
Good times.
Were you ever on Homeland?
No, I would love to have been, but no.
Yeah.
No. I was always working on something else when they were here. I was like, oh, come on. Oh. But no, never worked.
Well, Paul, thank you so much
Yes.
for taking the
Thank
time.
you. This was great. Thank you all. You were wonderful.
That was difficult.
All good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
they didn't get yours. They got June, but they didn't get you. I would
Okay.
have given you, had you all, any of you guessed actor, I was willing to give you that.
Yeah.
He is an actor.
Oh, Dana.
But, technicality speaking, weren't even close.
But that means you're in the union, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Thank God for the union. Thank God for my insurance. Yeah, exactly.
And remember, it's
Thank
not
you.
a union, it's a guild.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And there's the guy in the room. We've been
There's the
waiting for you.
producer.
Where have you been? Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Wendy. Sorry, not a union, it's a guild.
Sorry.
Anyway, Paul,
Thank you.
thank
Thanks,
you so much
Paul.
for joining us.
It
on
was
What's My
fun.
Line.
Thank you.
And
All right.
you won 10 points.
Woo. Dan is brutal with the getting rid of the.
Yeah, I never know exactly when to remove them.
Jesus, at
That's
any
the
given
game here.
moment, she can just go. Beep, beep, beep.
Always a little bit of a guessing game.
No. Helen has walked away. I think she thinks
Yeah.
we paused, which we haven't. Rolling.
She has one of the nicest ceiling fans I've ever seen.
Let's take a break and be right back. So we took a little break, and let's reset the scoreboard there, fella. And let's get right to it and bring in contestant number 3. Will contestant number 3 please enter and sign in, please? Mr. X.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Hey, so we're joined with contestant number 3, Mr. X, whose name we have not disclosed because one or some of you on the panel might know this person by name. I'm also not going to disclose where he lives because that might also give you a clue because one of you might know him. Does that make sense?
Don't. So tell me your name.
Listen to me. And the fact that he lives where he does has no bearing whatsoever on what he does. So I don't want you to think like he's a coal miner as though he lives in West Virginia. It's not that. I'm not telling you where because it could give away a clue to his identity.
We need clues.
Mr. X deals in services. And why don't we give the audience a second to see what Mr. X does for a living? Okay, with that being said, we're going to start the questioning with Miss Busybody.
Yes.
Liz Jackson.
How are you, Mr. DuPont?
And do not ask him what his name is because he's not going to tell you.
Kinda. Okay, so this service that you deal with, Mr. DuPont or Mr. Vanderbilt or whomever you are, does it have to do with in the entertainment business?
No. 1 down, 9 to go.
Well, then I don't know him, Dana. You could tell me your name.
I said one or some of you might know him. Adam Iniger.
Okay. Your occupation, do you provide a service?
Yes.
Okay.
He deals in services.
Services.
Yep.
Services for people?
Well, he deals in services. So in other words, like he doesn't develop a product. He doesn't he's not he doesn't make mufflers. He deals in services, like a doctor deals in services.
Yeah, I gotcha. I was just clarifying that they were for people and not
How long have you been
animals.
playing this game now, fella?
I still
That's
don't
what
get it.
I was asking. Yeah,
I think
that's what I was trying to clarify.
That's a good question.
Yeah, if they were for human beings. Okay.
Yes, he gives these services to people. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need an advanced degree to provide these services?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean by advanced? Like a PhD or something? A degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it be a trade school or a
Fine. Yep. He's got a degree.
Bachelor of Fine Arts. Okay.
Lady of the Tapestry.
Right. The services that you provide, are they for both men and women?
Yes.
Okay. Again, always shocked when I get one yes, let alone 3 or 4. Always unprepared. Do you, when you provide these services, do you make house calls?
No.
Okay.
No, he's got to do it someplace else. 2 down, 8 to go. Gayla Rowe.
Hello, Mr. X. I like your mustache.
I'm
Mine's starting to look just like it.
I'm going with the pandemic Civil War look.
Right.
I like it. It's so Barn Skinner or whatever that show is. But Mr. X, the services that you provide, do you do them with special equipment?
Define special.
Like, do you use a saw in the woods? Or do you...
Have a poll, sir.
You think you're a lumberjack. 3 down,
Yeah.
7 to go.
You look like you could use a saw in the woods.
Is
Or
that a
maybe that's just
euphemism?
my fantasy with that Yeti. All right, I
Yeah.
lost.
Okay.
Yeah. Helen.
Me? Okay, I have my question. I'm ready. Do the services you provide, do you require a license to practice?
No.
Question.
Nope.
No.
It doesn't
I
have to
always
be
gotta
licensed.
know.
That was a good one, though. 4 down, 6
was
to
a
go.
good
That
Liz.
was a good one. I'm taking one for the team. That's
It
all.
was a good one.
That was a good question.
Good effort, Helen. Good effort.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. X of the Colorado X's.
Do not play into her hands. Do not
What?
play into her hands. I'm trying to trap you. I know what you're
Do
doing.
not listen to Dana. Whatever you do.
Yes.
Would someone like myself benefit from these services?
Yeah, I would say yes, probably.
Okay.
What
Okay.
was your question? I'm sorry. I was listening to a text.
Well, you don't have to be a part of this. I'm trying to get some information.
I'm on a show.
No, I asked him if I would benefit from this service, and he said I would say so.
Yeah. If you were in the position to be in front of him, yes, you would benefit from his service. Yeah. Keep going.
Position.
Right? What
Let's
kind
keep
of
this
position
fa-
are we talking though?
I thought this was a family show.
If you were in a position in front of him, Liz,
Right?
did you hear that?
I gotta be in front of him now.
Oh my God.
So wait, so Mr. X of the Uptown X's of New York City, do I have to be in front of you in order to benefit from the service?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well.
He said if I was in front of you. So if I don't get a qualified
Yes,
yes.
yes, I'll say yes. Yes.
You,
Okay.
yeah.
This service that you provide, are you an independent contractor with
No.
these services? Okay, so
No.
you're from a company.
5 down, 5 to go. Adam Hineker.
Okay. Now you're not an independent contractor, but when you're providing the service, is it you individually as opposed to a team? You
Yes,
individually.
me individually, yes.
Yep.
And the place that you go to provide the service, that's provided by your employer?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
And do you charge for your service by the session?
No.
You are salaried, correct?
Yes.
He's salaried. So he provides the service, they give him money.
Okay,
Nothing. Yeah.
gotcha.
Leroux.
Have you ever been to a
Yeah,
restaurant? Hello, have you ever been to a restaurant called Slow Jack's on Long Island?
No.
Okay.
Are you Desi Arnaz?
Oh my God, I
No,
love GL's
were
questions.
this. I thought you were this certain person. I'll allude to it at the end.
All good.
Oh my
We thought it was
God.
Stacey's husband.
Oh my God.
We thought it was Stacey's
I don't know
husband.
if I want to know.
Helen is up. Helen is
This
up.
is really
The resident
hard, but
boy.
I know that you are out west because you've got a skylight and it's very
Yeah.
bright.
Ooh.
Ooh, good. Oh,
Oh, damn.
freaking attorney here. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
God.
saying, look at that.
It's
Mhm.
daylight.
It's
Yeah.
very what?
It's bright.
She sees
very
the
bright,
sunlight.
sunlight.
It's bright out.
Yeah.
Now, can we add a sound effect when she says that and it goes doo-doo-doo-doo? Like, can we add that later?
Gay and I
Yes.
love that.
You must be
Oh
out
my
west
God,
because
this
it's bright
is
out. We
so
need to add
hard.
doo-doo-doo like that.
Mhm.
Go
But
ahead.
I don't understand what noise you're making. Like in your head, you're hearing some noise, and I'm hearing.
Yeah, not sure what the sound effect you're
Okay.
requesting is, but
Yeah,
we're
I
on
don't-
sound effect.
Hey, hold on, everybody. I'm losing control of my own show.
Question
Okay.
is,
I'm going to shut and mute you. if you ever say mean things about me. Now, go.
The question is,
That's Helen.
the service that you provide at this location where you are salaried by your employer, do the people who you provide the service to pay by session?
No.
No, they do not pay. Nope. 8 down, 2 to go.
Ooh.
Good freaking question, because that would have cleared a lot of things up. 8 down, 2 to go. Liz Jackson. That was very good.
Taking
question.
another one for the team. But
Thank you. So let's see. So, Mr. X of the California Redwood X's, let's see. You're in a cabin, which is fabulous. I love the wood and the skylight.
These guys are like, you're in a bowling alley.
That looks like a
Oh, wait.
knotty pine ceiling.
This is not a question about your occupation, but is that like off behind you? Like is that off? That
Yeah.
right
Bug
there.
spray?
Bug
Oh,
spray?
bug spray?
Oh no, it's lights off.
Oh, okay. For the COVID-19, right?
It's a clean cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do again?
Nothing.
You're so tricky.
I know.
I'm seriously, we'll run out of time, so I'm only going to give you a few
Sorry.
more minutes.
I'm sorry. Okay. The service that you provide, do you have to wear a uniform?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
ooh.
Okay.
I did not expect that. Okay, 8 down.
So
2.
the uniform that you wear at this service job, is it considered a blue collar uniform, like a blue collar job?
That's a rough one. I
Dan,
would
what-
say
Dan, what say you? Dan,
What?
what do you think?
Is it a blue collar uniform? No,
Yeah, like is it a blue collar job?
it's not.
no. It's no.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay.
Thanks for paying attention. Keep going.
Well, I mean, I lost.
She gotta know. She gotta know.
Oh,
I
sorry.
gotta know.
No, no,
sorry.
not blue collar.
I mean, I should have just kept
We
going and
got
called
this.
out check.
Guys, we got this. We got this.
Yeah.
I
All right.
think I know
Adam's got it. Adam's got it. 1 down, Adam.
You can do it.
Wait, who's up next? Who would I be passing to?
You
Right.
are.
You'd be giving it to Gay.
I'm giving it to Gay. 'cause
Why does
I
that
love-
matter?
Maybe
I
he's a drill
love-
sergeant in the military.
So Adam is passing.
I love Gay's off-the-wall irreverent
All right.
question.
Should I get-
And I got
Are
nothing.
you-
I got nothing.
Gay's going to be like, are you the oyster shucker from Louisiana? That was
Are you
on
my
flight?"
ex-husband?
Right.
Mr. X, are you in California right now?
Unfortunately, no.
Nope. 10 down.
Oh.
No more to go. So first, I want you to reveal what you do for a living.
All right. I am a human resources trainer.
Wow.
But
Oh.
now,
Tough
I
one.
want you, now this may not mean much to Helen because she has never been on the podcast, but I would like you to reveal who you are.
Well, I'm sure you've all remembered or heard me. I'm John from Michigan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Michigan.
He's Wool the Rapper.
Oh my God.
Hi,
I thought,
John from Michigan.
On Twitter, yes.
I thought
John
you were
from Michigan
Justin
never said what he did.
Pinataro.
Oh, Pinero, no.
Yeah, I thought that's who I thought you
No,
were.
no,
All right,
no,
John
no.
from Michigan.
Michigan.
You got some
just
shit
realized
happening up
too.
there.
When I was drinking my
That
water,
was
if you can see it, it says Michigan on it. And I was like, oh, shit.
So John is a regular listener on
I
our
can't see.
podcast. He's called
Yeah.
in several times. And
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a contributor.
Nice,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. We became friends on Twitter when we went,
Ah,
and we, from time to time, like to attack our enemies and gang up on them. It's it's a fun pastime.
I even had
Yeah,
a picture of him
yeah.
pulled up at
We
one
both
point.
like to get
Did?
Twitter jail very often.
Yeah, we got Twitter jailed
Yeah.
together, I think, for calling Melania Trump a stupid whore.
You guys were cellmates in
Yeah.
Twitter jail?
In Twitmo, I think they call
Twitmo.
it, right?
Twitmo.
But
Hanging
Dana got life.
on the
I only got a
pipes.
couple.
Yeah,
I only got 72 hours. Dana got life.
I got life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got life.
Yeah.
Well, first I got 12 hours, then 72, then a week. then a month, then they were like, don't come back, ever. Because
And
I
whoever
called
said
Tony Lauren a cunt. Like, you know.
Whatever.
Well, she is.
Yeah, whoever
yeah.
said I lived in a cabin was very observant. We live in a log cabin in Michigan.
Do
Yeah.
you really?
That's
Right,
Helen.
he's in Michigan. That's why I did not say where he was. I figured you would get it from that. And I also didn't want to say his name, obviously, because we all
Do you know how common the name John is? I'm just saying.
You know what?
I'm actually Jonathan, but nobody calls me that except for my mom and wife when they're pissed at me.
Right. And he spells it Jon.
Yep.
So I would have spelled it Jon, which I thought Gay might know it or Adam might know it. So I kept it. I just kept it Mr. X.
I got the vibe that you were on the podcast. That's why I thought you were that guy, Justin,
Right.
but I
We
didn't
were
get
worried
to
about
Michigan.
you, Gay. We thought you would get it if you
Yeah,
do
we
it.
thought
the
we
Long
were
Island
both worried about
question. I
Gay and
almost
Adam.
fell over.
Yeah.
No, because like he wrote this thing about slow jacks, and I answered him on Facebook, and he answered me back, and then I really thought you were going to be him, but now you're you. It's even better.
Well, it's nice to put faces or names to faces and all that.
Yeah.
Right, it's
Yeah.
Dana, Liz, Adam. Now Helen over here has not been, I don't know where she is on your screen, but she's over there on mine, has never been on the podcast, but she's a good friend of Dan's, and we hope to have her on one day.
John, you popped her podcast cherry. Yeah.
On the podcast. Oh, you mean like, okay,
False
on the
positive.
podcast.
Well, this
And
is
then
a
when John-
spin-off.
And then
Big
when John, hopefully someday with his wife, comes to New York City and it's back to normal, we can be in the podcast booth with
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
John,
great.
what does your wife do? What is your
No.
wife?
No. I was just, no.
Okay.
We don't want to see Sarah, and we don't want to use Sarah tonight because I'm preserving that. She's going to sit someplace else in the house. You can't figure it out, Liz.
No, I haven't actually been to the city since I was there 2 weeks after 9/11. A bunch of us piled in a car and drove out there,
Amazing.
kind of to see what happened. I think it was the first day that they reopened the Empire State Building.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think it took about 2 weeks, right? And then, because SNL went back on in like
Yep.
28th or something like that.
Reese Witherspoon, Rudy Giuliani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani.
And Paul.
Reese Witherspoon.
Oh my
I
God.
got a good picture of me in Times Square falling down drunk at 4 in the morning.
Ooh. By the
Dana
M&M
has that
store?
picture.
I was
All
just
of us
saying,
have that
I-
picture.
Did
I
your
got
wife
from
take that
Wednesday.
picture?
Yeah.
Did Sarah take that picture?
No, it was a bunch of old friends from college. So long
Okay.
before I knew Sarah, back when I was a little out of control. And
So Sarah was probably back at Michigan doing what again?
Nothing.
I
Stop
was
it.
in college.
She was
He's
watching her-
relentless.
Actually, she'd been in high school.
Oh my, well, right. She probably was right. Listen, John, thank you so much for like taking the time to do this. We can't wait to have Sarah on, and when we have Sarah on at the end, you can pop in and surprise the panel because they're not going to know who she is.
I'll have her sit in a different spot in the house.
Damn, yes, you definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, she could sit outside of the house so we can see the logs in the back.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All us New Yorkers are like, show us the woods, anything. Like, yeah.
Hey, John, make sure that Lysol bottle's in the frame.
Yeah, that could be the Easter egg.
Here, I'll show you the woods. Here we go.
Where are we going?
The
Oh,
woods.
look at that.
Oh, yeah. That's
Trees.
And it's
Oh my
still
God,
daylight,
trees.
and it's 9/11 there. It's the same time. I
Well,
love
Michigan
that. You're
is
like
right
the,
on the right on the line there.
At the time zone. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get to see every meeting, or we don't get to see many neighbors. When I'm cutting the grass, I can pee in the woods.
Well, John did pee on Betsy DeVos's.
yes.
That's
if you
right.
recall from
Yes.
the episode.
I remember
Right.
that episode. Yes.
Episode like 30 or something like that.
Mhm.
It's
Anyway,
one of my
John,
favorite stories. It's
so
one.
good.
I think it was the only time my dad ever told me he's proud of me.
Good to know there are lots of liberals in Michigan. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh yeah.
John, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining,
Yeah.
coming, and taking the time out to do this. This was so much fun. Can't wait to have Sarah on, and then of course we'll have you on the podcast because we want to talk to you about Michigan. I wish I had more time,
Yes.
Gretchen,
there's lots to
God-
talk about.
but you know we gotta save that.
God
for
bless
another time.
Gretchen.
Yeah. Love Gretchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right, everybody, stay healthy.
Thanks, John.
Bye, John.
Thanks,
Bye.
John.
All right, take care, Brad.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye.
guys.
And see you soon.
Bye.
Well, that was fun.
That was
fun.
good,
That was a
Dana.
little podcast surprise.
Yes.
We're producing the hell out of this show, if I do say so myself. So we do have a podcast coming up on Monday. I wanted to just say something real quick about voting. I wanted to get the word out, and we're going to put this information up on the screen. But remember that if you know somebody who will be 18 in November, that they can sign and register to vote now, even if they're 17 years old. They just need to go to vote.nyc, and all the information is there. Lastly, hold on. If you live in New York, Virginia, or Kentucky, I'm sorry that I have to read this, you can request a mail-in ballot for the primary elections, which are all being held on June 23rd, Tuesday, June 23rd. You can go to vote.nyc or call, and again, this will pop up on the screen, 866-868-3692. And if you're in Virginia or Kentucky, that goes for you as well. And lastly, there's something we can do about Minnesota. Adam, you live in Minnesota, or did.
I did at one point, yeah. I grew up there.
Yep, what's going on with George Floyd. And I'm sure it's pretty close to where you were, correct? And
where I moved from before I relocated to New York City. So South Minneapolis.
Yeah. And it's a mess. And it
is a mess.
A problem. And we've got a problem.
Yeah.
But there is something we can do. So I just want to give you this information, then we can have a little chit chat. If you go to justiceforbigfloyd.com, fill out the super petition. It's on the site. There's lots of good information on how you can help out and step up and do things, even if it's on social media, even if you're trapped at home. There are things you can do. Also, you can call 612-324-4499. You'll be guided through a process. And this puts you in touch with agencies and the people that can get these 4 police officers arrested. Because as of 7:30 tonight, the district attorney, who is a Democrat, has decided there isn't quite yet enough information for him to arrest these cops.
Bring him in.
For what they've done. And we all know what they've done because we saw it on camera. But while we have somebody legal here, I'd like to ask her. Sorry to nail you on that one. But I do want to ask you, Helen, is he just being thorough here, do you think, in your opinion? Is the guy just being thorough and that's why he said something like that? Because laymen are looking at a man who's got his knee on somebody's neck and kills him.
Yeah.
What's to fucking debate?
I just, formulating my thoughts.
Sorry to trap you.
Pulled out.
Yeah.
I think what's probably really going on, if a ordinary citizen did this, they would arrest them and bring them in, right?
Right.
When it's a police officer and there are sort of complicating circumstances where they have that sort of different standard and leeway to say, well, they reported that he committed a crime, and that, so they have sort of a buffer there. I think what's really going on now is that the DA's in a tough spot, because if they bring them in and arrest them just because people are rioting, then it's like then it looks like they're throwing the rules out the window as well. So I personally think that's actually the issue, is that they're sort of like, well, we're not just going to jump because there's riots. We can't do that.
We're being
I agree. There's no question that the arresting of arresting officer with his knee on his neck that's.
All 3 of them had their knees on him, and then the Asian cop stared and looked at it. They're all guilty.
Yeah.
All guilty.
They're all guilty.
I'm sure you have something you want to say to us.
Me? Oh,
Liz.
Yeah.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
All right, listen. And I'm gonna try my best not to be emotional because we're recording or whatever. But what I need y'all to do, and when I say y'all, I mean white people.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I need y'all
We're hearing it.
to
Yep.
talk to your friends, your colleagues, your family, because we are out here. All of your Black friends right now, every Black person that you know is scared. Okay? We are terrified. I don't speak to the police. I have been stopped on my block. When police come, if there could be a legitimate crime happening, I'm not talking to them because I've been stopped. I've been harassed for no reason. I've been asked what I've been doing in a white neighborhood, and I'm just a regular Black woman. That man could have been my cousin. He looks like my cousins. He looks like my brothers, my sisters, my friends, whomever.
Yep.
There's no reason for him to have died. None whatsoever.
No.
Like there's no, just, I don't care what he did before. I don't care if he like ate a baby. And, you know, I'm using that as like a very extreme case. But there's no justification of why he didn't get due process if the law is supposed to be the law. Yeah. Because what we see, and I'm talking about every non-white person, when we see pictures of people in Michigan and Minneapolis carrying AK-47s, carrying guns, screaming and harassing other police officers, and are able to get this close to their face and nothing happens to them, but someone else is protesting. Yes, it turned into a riot, but if I'm peacefully protesting, I can't even walk down the street without getting pelted with rubber bullets.
Dylan shot 9 people in a church, and when he was done, he was taken peacefully and given a bottle of water because he was thirsty.
And he was also taken to a fast food restaurant. And what I really need for everyone to really just drill in their heads is that if people are more concerned about people who were rioting than a man who was murdered, you really need to check your effing privilege and check your own racism, because I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. And we cannot change the system. We've been fighting the system for 400 years. Nothing has happened. Y'all need to change it. Y'all need to talk to your people.
It's time to step up and take some responsibility.
Like, stop being keyboard crusaders, people. Because I'm sorry, next protest in New York, I want all of y'all with me. All of y'all should be with me next time. Don't be a keyboard crusader. And I'm not saying specifically, I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I said my piece.
Now
we're happy again.
Listen to the podcast on Monday, because our podcast is going to be dedicated to speaking about this. What everybody can do. What we're white people. What can white people do about this problem? But
we can stop walking our dogs in the park and accusing Black guys of trying to be mean to us or whatever. That lady in the park was so bad.
Family too,
right?
Because if one person's like, "Oh, I'm not racist. That's not me," then talk to your racist grandfather. Right. And there are microaggressions. Like everyone has little microaggressions. Everybody does it, but just check it.
I had a situation just recently happen, and the person was like, "Oh, well, he's old," and it's like, you know what? That generation, it's like wearing fur. You know what? I used to like pass the little old ladies on the Upper East Side. That generation is dead and gone. Let's make a deal, and the fur was, you want a fur. Nobody needs a fucking fur nowadays. That generation is long gone. They're dead. Nobody goes to the stork club anymore. Nobody needs to be wearing that shit. Same with racism. You got to call it out. It's over for old people. If you don't know by now that you should be doing, you've lived through the fucking 60s. There's no excuse. My parents are as old as Methuselah, and they know fucking better, okay? So with that being said, I don't want to get going.
Same.
Monday night, I hope that you all listen to our podcast, False Positive. You can follow us. Please subscribe to our YouTube page for What's My Line. Every Monday that we do the podcast, we take the segment of What's My Line that we do on Zoom, and we put it up for you guys anyway. Because it's just in the Brad Pitt, where I'm acting with my hands. And follow us on Twitter at False Positive. Follow us on Facebook at False Positive. Follow us on Instagram. You gotta follow us.
Insta.
We got a good Instagram going when people listen.
That's directed towards.
That was directed towards Dan.
May I just say one thing?
Sure. Sure.
I just want to give a shout out to Larry Kramer. My friend Diana worked on that movie Jeffrey, and I think he did a lot for gay people.
Yeah, he really
Sorry.
did.
God bless Larry.
Sadly missed. We're going to talk about Larry on Monday's show as well.
Okay.
But thanks for stealing my thunder on that, Gia. When a white lady dies, you can say something, okay? When the gay
I'm gay.
Jesus Christ. No. I kid. Listen, you guys were amazing. You got
one
out of
one.
3, and that's not bad at all.
Not
You guys are
bad.
Great.
Those were really hard.
They're
hard.
Easy game, people.
Human resources trainer?
Hard.
That.
Hard.
I would have given you
fucking stand-in?
Dude, I
A
would've
stand-in?
The
But the
standing was
first
hard.
time he gave us a handbag designer, I'm like,
It
and
was
I'm not saying that's not a great career,
chef,
but
it was
A
actor, it
declutterer.
was fucking teacher.
And you
That
were
was
like, don't overthink it. I'm thinking this guy's a nurse.
Yeah.
The doctor. I don't know.
Oh, you can never satisfy the masses. Anyway, Helen, thanks for joining us. I hope you have a
That's
good time.
fun.
I hope you come back.
Helen.
And I hope you come on the podcast.
Well, I need to get better at the
I'd love to hear you on the podcast. Well, the only way you're going to get better, Helen, is if you tune in and subscribe to our YouTube page and come on What's My Line more often.
I'm happy to do it.
Liz Jackson,
Happy to do
I love you more than my own hair color.
yes.
Huh. It's a
Adam,
weird.
It's from
That
John
is
Waters.
weird.
You wouldn't
Oh,
know.
okay. I was going to say that's an interesting way to quantify and
Yeah.
love for
I love you
one
more than my
person.
own hair color. Adam Henniger, we'll see
Yeah.
you Monday.
In the booth. Not in the booth, in the virtual
Virtual
booth.
I can't wait to get back to the booth. It's
Yeah,
so
what-
much
Yes.
a
Can you
podcast
believe-
on Zoom. It's not easy.
Can you even
I'm gonna
imagine?
listen on
It's
Monday.
not easy. GL,
It's not easy, this. I
It's
miss
not
you,
easy.
Dana.
I
I
love
live
you
to
and I
see
miss
you all.
And Dan LaBelle, thanks for putting all this together, fella. You did a good job.
Yay,
Danny!
Dan's like the unsung hero.
He
He's
is.
like the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson.
A slow
He's
clap.
the Fred Mertz to my Lucille Ball.
Happy to be
Yeah.
Fred Merge.
He's the Lassie to my Timmy.
He's a little bit like the show's Vanna White.
Yeah.
I'll
In
take
the-
that.
Yes.
He really is. He's the Johnny Olsen.
We
No,
need to get him
he's-
a green sequin dress.
Love
I
it.
think.
We are. I'm on it. I will sew that shit tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to What's My Line, and good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, Dana. Great job.
What's my line? What's my line? What's my line? Brought to you by